New York State is now going to pay out $1.8 billion to Black and Hispanics that failed a teacher's examination, which is actually paying out individuals $2 million for failing a test, like this gentleman.
That was nice. The lady, the lawyer said it was very nice, and they knew I wasn't taking them serious. Because I just wasn't taking them serious. You know why? Well, not in education, but they went through lawsuits. They didn't win or anything like that. So to me, it's like fabric. You know, either, you know, but.
Now, I don't want to sit here and look too much into this video, but if we're having difficulty understanding him and whatever he's trying to say, maybe there's a reason he failed the teacher's examination. Maybe there's a reason there's a test to filter out candidates that may not be able to effectively communicate or educate our kids. And instead of trying to bring people up to the standards of what we want our educators to be, New York decided to punish the students by ensuring they never get the opportunity to learn. Not only by erasing qualifications of teachers in the name of equity, but also paying out millions of tax dollars to people that were never qualified to teach. And more importantly, paying them for the time they never actually taught. As apparently the Manhattan federal court records show us the insane amounts these teachers are getting for failing a test in the 90s, with some of them not even being alive now. And now, they're expecting similar lawsuits in the future. Sadly, New York has officially become a failed state, as their education system now has two options: hire teachers that are unqualified for the job and doom the students to a life of illiteracy, or don't hire the teachers that are unqualified for the job, tie up billions of dollars that would have gone to the schools, and pay out those unqualified people, and then doom the students to a life of illiteracy, because that $1.8 billion was set aside by former New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio. You know, the mayor that told residents, there's this illness that's disproportionately affecting unhealthy people, so inject this fluid and we'll give you a cheeseburger.
Just think of this when you think of vaccination. Vaccination.
And the state that sent the most vulnerable people to the illness to be stuck indoors with other sick, vulnerable people. But would it help to know that former NYPD captain and new mayor Eric Adams says New York has a brand?
We have a brand. New York has a brand. And when people see it, it means something.
Yes, the brand of being robbed in the streets by Brazil-style bike robberies. The brand of handling the problem by letting bike gangs run wild in the city 2 months later. The brand of being attacked by a crazy guy with an accent at McDonald's that later gets regarded as some sort of New York City folk hero. And coming full circle, the brand of having school buses plow through traffic with New York coppers being helpless to stop it. And that's just what it comes down to in New York. Why seek justice and fairness for the innocent citizens when you can simply prioritize racial equity over reality and call it progress? Who cares if the students can't learn and their buses plow through traffic? We'll just label it social justice. Who cares if the subways are riddled with dangerous criminals that the citizens need to fend for themselves? We'll just call it social justice. I guess it helps to know that the mayor keeps an old photo of an officer that lost his life in 1987, except the part where he allegedly had his staff stain the picture with coffee just so that it looks old. And sadly, I don't expect anything better from a guy that did this.
Okay, first, if you're going to ask a question, don't point at me and don't be disrespectful to me. I'm the mayor of this city. Don't stand in front like you treated someone that's on the plantation that you own.
And yes, that's New York City Mayor Eric Adams comparing a white woman to a plantation owner, only to discover that she was in fact a Holocaust survivor, and after learning this, he just doubles down on his claim. Because why provide any actual solutions for your victims, citizens? Because in the world of social justice, there's always a path to victimhood. Like how New York City is a sanctuary city by choice, but when they take a few busloads of people seeking asylum, they suddenly say they're carrying the burden of a national problem. And even though places like Business Insider try to pretend people are fleeing Florida faster than they're fleeing New York, eventually even they have to admit New York is the worst. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on what's really going on in the world, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on how California is actually getting masked crime fighters.